Okay, so someone here, or there are some people who are currently in the stage of learning how to tell good advice, good advice from bad advice. Okay. When I read this portion of the card, God showed me the scene of Job when he was seeking counsel from his friends, and how the counsel was distorted, like it was unsound. Okay, even though he had the sound counsel within himself, which is what he ultimately resorted to. Okay, after hearing what they had to say with this get more wisdom card that came out today, he thankfully, the wisdom that he has saved him from this unsound counsel or this bad advice that these people were trying to give him. Okay, advice is freely available to us every day. How you deal with it all is on you and no one else. The key decisions are yours to make. In order to withstand the ups and downs of life, it is essential that you learn how to tell good advice from bad, in order to find peace instead of peril. The other card that we have here is choose well, then give it everything you've got. Almost everything we do in life involves making a choice. We're talking about the big ones here. For example, marriage. If you decide on someone but are hesitant to commit, you may have made the wrong choice. If you have thought long and hard about it, considered all the options, the pros and the cons, don't go in half-hearted. Commit, kick away the ladder, and give it everything you've got. So, give me 1 second. Okay. Sun Tzu said, thus it may be known that the leader of armies is the arbiter of the people's fate, the man on whom it depends whether the nation shall be in peace or in peril, whether the nation shall be in peace or in peril. The arbiter of people's fate. So there's something that requires a lot of responsibility. It says once you have started a job or a project, put all your focus onto it. Make sure you complete it as quickly as possible. Give yourself a deadline and make sure you complete it within that time frame so it doesn't impinge on others that need you to do so. Okay. So for some of you guys, this could be about a relationship. This could be about a marriage, because we did have marriage come out in one of these cards. Okay, this could be where somebody is trying to get advice from, and they're having to discern between good advice and bad advice, involving, this even be business dynamics and business connections as well. A business plan, a project, okay, an idea. This even has something to do with war. Okay, this can have something to do with some military stuff. Okay, somebody could be in the military. Somebody, you got arbiter of the people's fate. This is somebody that has some type of position. They're in some type of position of leadership. Okay, now this could be an energy. There's something significant about 422. There's something significant about you, divine being a wise leader. You being responsible with other people's fate. You leading a nation of peace in a situation. Okay. And there's someone here, or some people who are in some type of lead or like leadership position where they're having to actively discern between advice. Tell the difference between good advice and bad advice. Because other people's fate depends on it, or based on whatever decision that they make, it could either lead to peace or lead to peril. Okay, so, and not just for their lives, but for other people. So something is a huge responsibility, or there's a lot of pressure riding on something right now that somebody's dealing with. Or there's something significant about somebody being under pressure because there was some type of action that they took that led people to peril. Okay, so somebody's under a lot of pressure here in regards to this. Yep, because it's time to pay. There's some people that's communicating effectively. There's something significant about you communicating effectively, or somebody wants to communicate something effectively. Okay, about not being fooled. Okay, about some type of deception. It says, don't be fooled. The word deception doesn't just mean lying or deceiving people with evil intent. Magicians, Secret Santa presents or surprise parties use deception good. So deception is not inherently bad or good, but we are exposed to it every day in politics, advertising, books, and movies. Sun Tzu says you need to be able to understand deception to be skilled in seeing through it. All warfare is based on deception. When able to attack, we must seem unable. When using our forces, we must seem inactive. When we are near, we must make the enemy believe we are far away. When far away, we must make him believe we are near. Communicating effectively. It is very easy to think that someone understands what you are trying to say just because you do. In all interactions, in person, on the phone, text, or email, ensure that what you are saying is clear, distinct, and understood. Give examples. Think carefully about your words and ask them what they think you have said to avoid errors in communication. If words or command are not clear and distinct, if orders are not thoroughly understood, then the general is to blame. But if his orders are clear and the soldiers disobey, then it is the fault of the officer. So somebody didn't communicate something effectively or clear with a group of people here. Okay? Yeah, and they had to be held responsible for this. Okay, this is something about tethering your communication according to these people, or according to someone's understanding or people's level of understanding. Somebody did not communicate effectively to some individuals here, and this could have misled these people's efforts, or there could have been some type of attacks. Okay, people attacking you based off somebody not communicating something effectively or thoroughly, or not clearing up any errors. Okay, not being very clear or providing clarity in whatever they communicated to these people, that's driven them to attack you. Okay, or to war against you, to be angry with you or something like that. Okay. It says, know yourself, know your partner, and communicate appropriately. Okay? Give me one moment. Okay. So with this card that says, know yourself and know your partner, communicate effectively, communicate appropriately. So partner is anybody that you partner up with to do anything. Okay? But the best way for things to be successful, okay, or to ensure success on behalf of the both of you guys, is to not only know yourself, but to know your partner. It says self-awareness is an essential part of a happy life. Without it, your choices of life partner, for example, will be based solely on instinct or gut feeling. Examine your thoughts, beliefs, and feelings to help you understand your strengths, weaknesses, which will help you understand other people's. With greater understanding comes better communication and a great chance for a relationship to thrive. If you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles. If you know yourself but not the enemy, for every victory gained, you will also suffer a defeat. If you know neither the enemy nor yourself, you will succumb in every battle. Okay? All right, it says always use appropriate communication tools for different people and different environments. I just said that. Appropriate communications with your spouse, kids, boss, or coworkers can deepen your connections to others, build greater trust and respect, and improve teamwork, problem solving, and your overall social and emotional health. In night fighting, night as in nightfall, in night fighting, then make much use of the signal fires and drums. And in infighting by day, of flags and banners, as a means of influencing the ears and eyes of your army. Consider the cost of an argument. All right. So, let's see, you guys. Let's see what's going on. All right, so I'm going to pull from Cries of the Soul's Oracle. Let's see what the energy is. Okay. There's definitely some individuals who felt misled, misguided, okay, by what somebody said, what somebody communicated, okay? Or somebody can be in this energy of feeling like they know they did not communicate something appropriately to different parties, including you. So maybe somebody's trying to clean something or clear something up by communicating effectively or thoroughly now, okay, and ensuring that there's no errors in understanding, comprehending a situation, their feelings, what's going on, what was done, okay, the outcome, whatever the case may be. Narcissistic faults. I soothed my inner pain. Narcissistic faults. So somebody communicated inappropriately because they were in their ego. Something can be significant about 17, okay, the 17th, number 8, the 8th house, the 8th month. Somebody can be born on the 8th. Somebody can be 17, or it can be something significant about a 17-year-old. Okay. I soothe my inner pain. Somebody's trying to soothe their inner pain by communicating something effectively, or they're realizing that in order to soothe their inner pain, they're going to have to communicate appropriately, okay, and effectively in a situation. Something about them being in this energy of having to learn themselves or getting to know themselves better. Somebody's considering the cost of an argument here. Due to their narcissistic faults. And they're in a lot of pain right now. They're wanting to soothe their pain. And what it's giving is that whatever that they've used in the past to self-soothe, whether that be substances, people, whatever the case may be, these things are not, they're not sustainable. They're not working. They can't derive any escape, pleasure, peace from whatever these things are. The only way that somebody's going to soothe their inner pain is by doing something in a righteous manner. Yeah, this is somebody who should have considered the cost of an argument with you. It says, before you start an argument with someone, be it a partner, a friend, or colleague, consider the consequences of doing so. If it goes too far, the fallout may be bitter, resulting in bad blood, grudges, and a breakdown in communication. Heavy emphasis on communication, y'all. Even if you win, they put in quotes, even if you win the argument, what you win may no longer be worth having. Somebody feels like they did beat you, okay? This argument that they thought was going on between y'all, manipulation, by manipulating something here, moving in a narcissistic manner, getting other people involved, okay, trying to overpower you or whatever the case may be. They're realizing that this quote-unquote win was really a loss. And that is no longer worth having. This win is not worth having. Like, nobody, this person is not, so nobody's able to reap any reward from this supposed win. That's what it's giving. Sun Tzu said, it is only one who is acquainted with the evils of war that can thoroughly understand the profitable way of carrying it on. Interesting. You have family loyalty here. Somebody could be 26. Somebody could be born on the 26th. Okay. So you got 8 here. All right. So something is still ongoing. Okay. If somebody thought they was going to gain some kind of relief from starting an argument or something like that, or trying to win or beat you at something, they're not receiving any relief from that. There's something about you being the head and not the tail. This could be some people who wanted you to feel last, people who wanted you to be behind, feel blind, be blinded by something, blindsided by something. Okay, these are people who wanted you to feel less than, or try to treat you like you were beneath them, or this is how they wanted people to treat you, or I don't know. This could be people who feel who you trigger some type of inferiority complexes within them. All right, somebody was definitely raging at somebody who's in this flower energy, like somebody who's very delicate. Okay, all right, somebody who was delicate with them. It says this could even be somebody had you fucked up because of your delicacy. Somebody had you fucked up. Wow. Like, this is even like, this makes me think of, so as a Taurus, I'm just gonna use a bull. So I always talk about how the deception and the abuse around, like, matador games and stuff like that, right? Bulls are generally like very majestic, peaceful beings. They mind their business, they eat their food, okay, they protect their loved ones, okay, and they, you feel me, like, they're very peaceful. You take them out of their natural environment and you put them inside of a cage and restrict them, okay, and you know, they don't know what the fuck going on. You start electrocuting them and stabbing them and jabbing them and stuff like that, and then you send them out amongst all these people who ain't doing nothing to help them. You got somebody jump on their back, okay, and they jumping on their back for fun while they in pain and shit. They in fear, trying to figure out what is all this overstimulation. They're trying to get this shit off their back. They get the shit off their back and they go and stomp on the shit because obviously it's some kind of threat. But then everybody points at the bull like the bull is just this raging beast, when that's the furthest from the truth. It has it in him. It's in the bull to fuck some shit up. But typically, that's when some type of survival mode is triggered for that bull in order for that bull to act out in that energy. So these were people who were intentionally trying to make you feel unsafe, okay, insecure, doing things to put you in an insecure state, okay, and you responded in a manner that is natural, okay, and these people try to use your natural response as, they try to use that as the definition of who you are altogether, that you're just this aggressive raging bull or beast, or just this person, by provoking you a lot of times in secret. A lot of times people don't know that that's what's being done to the bull before they release the bull, and more people are focused on the event itself. Most people are focused on the excitement of seeing the matador on the bull, okay, or provoking the bull and getting the bull to do this and controlling the bull, blah 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 blah, directing the bull's rage. Excuse me. And you know what's so crazy? Oh, this is a good example. You know what's so crazy? It seems it always comes off like people are cheering on the matador, right? And they enjoy seeing the person ride the bull. How long could they stay on the bull, right? But you know, secretly on some darker shit, what people enjoy the most? People enjoy the matador getting thrown off the bull, right? And trying to get away successfully from the bull before the bull comes back and tramples and toss with their horns and all of that. But in a lot of cases, I bet you, and I don't even watch this, but I bet you if I was to watch one of those events, I guarantee you people would scream and cheer even louder in the event of the bull actually getting to the person, tossing the person with their horns or stomping them. They would probably holler and cheer and yeah, even louder to see that part. There are some people who cheer somebody on to attack you, okay? Probably even provided resources for somebody to attack you, okay? Provoke you, you know, put you in some type of rage or rage bait you or whatever the case may be. Only these are people who knew that this person was not going to be able to successfully defeat you. They knew that. They knew that this person couldn't defeat you. They knew that this person was not going to win. Okay. But it's something about the thrill of how it's going to go. It's almost like how people enjoy fighting, or to watch people fight, you know, like who's going to win. Bets. So there was people betting. There was some bets involved. Okay. There was people who were making bets on triggering you, or like rage baiting you successfully. Okay. Getting you to, This is crazy as hell to me. Only for them to get stomped and trampled on. And that's what I always say. Like, nobody is able to stay on the bull. Everybody gets thrown off the bull eventually. Okay. Or they can only remain on the bull for a certain amount of time. It's not, and it's crazy. Like, people actually record like records. Like, there's records. People record how long can a person stay on the bull's back. All right, but there's people who help somebody get on your back or provoke you and stuff like that, but they were hoping that this person was not gonna fall off. They was praying for somebody's downfall. They was praying for somebody to fall off, one, get thrown off, two, or be trampled and stomped upon, annihilated. Now this person, so they wanted you to be in fear of judgment and criticism. So this is why the strategy was to come and criticize you, to judge you and stuff like that. For those of you who are familiar with like the last few, or you been here the last few of my videos, you can see a lot of people in the chat, criticizing me and throwing little, making little weird remarks and sexual remarks and stuff like that, because they're intentionally trying to trigger a reaction. Okay. It says, fear of judgment and criticism. I look upon myself benevolently and tolerantly. But you're somebody, you look upon yourself benevolently and tolerantly. Okay. So you don't fear these people's judgment or their criticism. Okay. They're not God. Somebody is in tears though. Somebody is in like a lot of emotional pain right now because they're being judged. They're being criticized. Okay. For their narcissistic faults here. Somebody's trying to soothe, but they're unable to soothe themselves by whatever means that they're trying to use. Like superficial means. This is somebody who launched an all-out war against somebody who was innocent. And now they're reaping the repercussions of that. And the only way to soothe is to confess. They're going to have to confess to what they've done. They're going to have to apologize. They're going to have to use whatever resources, or even if it's just their breath, their life, okay, their voice. If this is somebody who is slandering you, gossiping, okay, using some type of word witchery or word magic, the only way to soothe themselves from this judgment will be to confess. And they also have to understand that, hey, you've caused lasting damage. So even when you do the correct action to soothe yourself, okay, to find some type of soothing for your inner pain, you're still going to have to, finish out that sentence. And you ain't got to like it. I told you, somebody's a Scorpio. There's something significant about the 8th house or death energy. Okay. Impatience. I am impatient. No, damn. So somebody is impatient. Somebody's feeling impatient. Okay. This can even be energies who soothe through your energy. Okay. There's something about you that soothes somebody's inner pain here, that whatever else that they've been trying to use or resort to soothe their inner pain is not working. So somebody's growing impatient from being apart from you, okay, from being separated from you and stuff like that, because they feel like only you can soothe this inner pain, this particular pain here. Yeah, but you're in this you're guarded as you should be. Yep. Number 4, listen, this is a tower. But you see how that tower is in place? These are individuals who were intentionally trying to tear you down, tear down your castle, tear down your mansion, okay? Tear you down. A strong tower. You are a strong tower that soothes people's inner pain, okay? And somebody was intentionally trying to poison this. Somebody was intentionally with judgment and they was judging you unrighteously and criticizing you unjustly, okay, in order to create some type of tower for you, but you're still standing. Okay. Protective shells. I kindly and gently listen to myself. That's y'all's energy. Now, there's something significant about this right here. So we gotta talk about it. I keep getting a lot of cards with eyes on it. The first two cards, they both have eyes on it, right? See that? And then look at it. Both of these cards have a sun, but it's like a sun, sundown or sunrise. Sunset. Sunset. So something about a sundown town could be significant, or people or a community who kind of have that type of mentality. Oh, we might come around here. 4 o'clock. Again, you're a tower that's still standing, okay? And there's a flame at the top of that. And I feel like this is even, so there's a star inside of this tower as well. This is also giving you being backed by the divine. Your protection. So you're protected from this judgment and criticism, okay? Because of your self-love, your self-respect. But again, also because you're someone who's patient and you trust in yourself. You trust in the divine. Somebody could be 21. Alright. There could be something significant about April 17th, April 21st. Okay. The 4th house. Somebody could be born on the 4th. Somebody could be born on the 21st. Okay. Toxic relationships. So you create positive relationship foundations within yourself and others, and this is why somebody's growing impatient, okay, with a facade or with a stance. Somebody's ready to somebody wants to submit or wave the white after self-sabotaging. I trust in renewal and in the steps I take towards the future. Because you're somebody, you know that things will be renewed for you. Like, shaking my head. You can trust the seeds that you planted for your life. It doesn't matter what seeds other people are planting around you. Okay. This is why you're courageous and ready to move forward. Or maybe somebody's feeling courageous. So after these people, quote unquote, inhibited your comfort zone or something like that, there's something about you still being courageous and ready to move forward or taking some type of leap forward, okay? After people trying to sabotage you or get somebody to self-sabotage with you to harm you or cause some type of lack of self-love within yourself. But you're somebody who loves yourself, okay? And you love yourself for who you are today. Creating your own peace of mind, okay? And surviving some type of wounds or people trying to trigger things or invade your happiness by trying to trigger some inner child wounds, or utilizing somebody who was a wounded inner child, who was still in their wounded inner child energy, to try to utilize this person to create a toxic dynamic to evade your happiness, okay? But you created a new inner balance through your free will. My free will helps me create my well-being. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. So that was Cries of the Soul. I gotta make sure I catch some sun. What time is it? I'm going to catch some sun. I want to get these readings out of the way. There is no place like home. When your family around you, you're never alone. So something about 227. Times are changing every day. You won't get by with those same old ways. Well, from I know we can. There is no place like home. And we got it, it ain't a question. And it ain't no room for guessing. So there's just channel messages. I'm hearing those particular lyrics. Yeah. So there's something about you being very clear, and like you kind of naturally provide clarity, especially like if you care of somebody that you love and stuff. You naturally provide reassurance with people because you're somebody who appreciates being provided reassurance. Okay. So you didn't really leave any room for guessing, but somebody met your energy of not leaving room for guessing. Okay. Like where they stand with you. Like, I don't know, like maybe you did. I don't know. Maybe you did. Okay. But there was definitely a tactic of that being used against you. Interloper, X, and Shadow. Evil has nuances. Evil has nuances, only consequences. Somebody was definitely trying to ain't this giving somebody that's like envious of somebody trying to do like some beauty magic, beauty spells, trying to mirror this person's energy, because this person looks like she's in a mirror, okay, or frame. Somebody was definitely trying to frame you for something, okay? Somebody who was moving out of their shadow energy. But yeah, to bind you to something, trying to bind you to a lie or restrict you. But you freed yourself through your autonomy. And something about you being yourself, living free as a bird. They got somebody pissed off, pouting. Oh my God. It's somebody who's very ungrateful. Because when you look at this woman, I'm gonna finish what I was saying. She looked like she has just as much. Like, she looked like she has a lot. Right. But she's jealous or envious of this woman. And you know what it is? What's the difference between both photos? This woman is in the light. And this woman, you know what I'm saying, is still stuck in the shadows. But she's in the shadows by her own default, or by her own free will. Heavy emphasis of somebody being stuck in the shadows, though, because look at these collars she got around her neck. Somebody's rather doggish. This could be somebody who's very bitchy. Okay, a bitch energy. So, as in, this could be somebody who they lack autonomy. This is somebody who could be like a pick-me energy. Okay. Somebody who allows themselves to be degraded. A dog is a dog, a human is a human. Let's say that. Okay. So if you're a human and you're in this energy, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with wearing chokers. That's not what it's about. It's about the symbolism. If you are a human and you're allowing yourself to be confined to this energy here, okay? Like, catch, doggy, whatever the case, go catch. You know how there's a scripture that talks about a dog returning to its own vomit? Okay. That's what it's. This is somebody who returns to their own vomit, and then they're questioning, why am I getting sick? You vomited that out of your body because your body rejected it, because it was creating disorder and dis-ease within your body, in your gut. This is why you vomited it up. So why would you go back and consume the vomit again? You know? Anyway. There was people targeting your sacral chakra. People was targeting your womb. And it was targeting your mobility. As you take step by step toward the real you. discovery, unveiling, and laying bare. Somebody could be 28, or there's something significant about the 28th. I can't show this picture because she's nude. Somebody was definitely trying to damage you emotionally, okay, to stagnate you, or to, somebody was trying to attack your creations or your ability to create in wholeness, in joy, and peace. Because this girl, she has an arrow piercing her side, like through her womb. Oh my god, this picture's so graphic. I wish I can show y'all, but I don't know how that's gonna go. It's a very graphic photo. I don't know if y'all can see that, but I have, she's naked. I have to cover all that up, but she has an arrow going through her side and an arrow going through her knee, right at the top of her knee. And there's I can show y'all her knee, and it's going through a tattoo of a butterfly on her knee. Like, damn, like somebody, they was dead ass trying to attack or block some type of transformation, okay? Your beauty, your transformation, your ability to move forward, to be free. Okay, it's almost like somebody trying to keep somebody restricted from evolving, or keep them in the cocoon stage or phase longer than required. Somebody wanted you to die in some type of damn, that's crazy. Okay, trigger warning. This is giving the energy of somebody who didn't want you to develop full term. Okay. Before some type of exposure, or for like to go through some type of door or something. So I'm seeing the example of a woman conceiving a child, and the child not making full term, or the child being stillborn. That's what it's giving. Like, this is, so arrow through the stomach and through the butterfly, the kneecap. Somebody was definitely trying to hit you where it hurts. Somebody was studying to hit you or hit somebody where it hurts, okay? And the reason, so as a massage therapist, the most sensitive areas of most people's bodies when they get massages, like certain muscle groups that are the most sensitive, are one of them for sure are your quads, for sure. You got trigger points, you got knotted up muscle tissue fibers and stuff, and it's painful. It can be very painful to get them out sometimes, okay? That's crazy. Ew, I just picked up on like a really dark, sinister energy, y'all. Like some desperate energy. All right, somebody desperate for somebody to love them. Yeah, and they was definitely projecting this onto you. Somebody who already loves you, and you know that, and you talk about it, or you know that. Somebody was trying to use the fact that you know that, and you talk about it, you acknowledge it. Somebody tried to twist that narrative and make it seem like you was desperate for somebody to love you. How you desperate for somebody to love you and they already love you? And the person that was projecting this or creating this type of narrative, they're the one that's desperate for that person to love them. That's what it is. Tell me you love me. Okay. Isolation, solitude, and heartbreak. You see that? Somebody could be 24. It says solitude without love is punishment. Lord have mercy. So somebody feels like you're punishing them. But this is a tactic that somebody could have used on you first, initially. Okay. Trying to isolate you, go into solitude against you. Okay. use your solitude against you, whatever the case may be. But somebody weaponized this with you, and now they feel like this is being weaponized back to them. They feel like you a little bit too comfortable in your solitude. Well, you was comfortable in your solitude when they met you. Huh? Like, what is going on here? There's a lot of darkness. That's why. There's a lot of darkness. So I guess somebody's a little distorted with that understanding. You was already somebody that, you know, spent a lot of time in solitude or enjoyed solitude when they met you. But, so something that somebody loved about you initially, they kind of feel, and it's, ooh, quiet is kept. You got shh, hush, silence. Don't wait, don't. Anyway, quiet is kept. Somebody loved that you're somebody who, you don't have to always be around people. You don't have to always be at the functions. You don't have to always seek validation, or you're not that person that seeks validation or approval from people. And you're okay with, like, you love yourself enough to also enjoy your solitude. Like, you'll choose your solitude over settling with abuse. Okay. Somebody love that about you, but they also feel triggered by the fact that you're like that, like that you're so strong in that energy, because it makes things challenging for them. Okay. And where they're trying to hold on to like immaturity, but then there's another side of them that's like, okay, well, this is also good because this is also a good thing because maybe I'll have a chance. Maybe I'll have another chance. This is a lot of energy. Mum's the word. Something's gonna be significant about the 24th or the 10th, y'all, or October, or a cycle. Somebody could be 10 years old. Somebody could be 30. Something about 10 months, 10 days, 10 years. Somebody could be 22, born on the 22nd or the 30th. Somebody could be 30. Okay. Somebody could be 22 weeks. Somebody was trying to cause some type of miscarriage for somebody here. For somebody. Okay. Yeah, they were optimistic to do this. There's something about people being heavily focused on you being in this optimistic energy. Like it's something to be studied after what was done to you. After some very supposedly targeted, well-studied attacks is what it's giving. Like this was sure to stop you. Sure to cause you to give up hope. Sure, this was a sure plan. Yeah, and no, that's not what they're witnessing. It says somebody could be 27 or born on the 27th. It says optimism, welcome, and openness. Optimism makes your heart pure. Wow. So this somebody, you see how it's all gloomy and shady and all that around her, but she seems very content, you know, still embracing her creativity. Somebody can have pink hair. Or there's something significant about rose and butterfly tattoos. Oh my God, I just need to. It's so crazy how our intuition be so like spooky accurate, bro. Like we'll still have little moments where we just kind of like slightly doubt it. Like let me not say that. Like maybe I'm like, and then God will just give you like confirmation. Like, yeah, nah, I should have just said it. I was about to say something about somebody having tattoos on their hands, and I was like, nah, maybe I'm just thinking about me because I got tattoos on my hands, right? So I was like, I'm not gonna say that. And then I read the message on this card, and it says your body has a message for you. So there's something about you being very intuitive about what not to reveal. Okay. Diet, behavior, imbalance, confirmation. Yeah. Okay, let me say this for my real my real divine sisters and brothers. Let me say this. I don't know by what means. Y'all let me know if y'all interested. We're going to have to figure out a way, because I don't have enough subscribers, right, to do a membership portion. We're going to have to figure out a way where we could have more private readings, because there are some things, like there's things that I can reveal that to y'all that I have to protect for the sake of these videos being public. That's why that hush mum's the word card came out, because there's a card I'm looking at right now. I'm being guided not to I can't say I can't say nothing about that. Damn, I can't. You got separation, no endings, right? This card was in reverse. That's confirmation. I can't say it. I can't say it on here. Damn. I'll have to figure out a way. It came out again when I parted the deck. Shh. Hush. Silence. Y'all, oh my. Anyway, you sexy and you know it. Somebody is saying this to you too, like, oh, she know he's sexy, like he know he's sexy, like, This is me beating around the bush, y'all. Like, I'm trying to cover things that I can cover, man, because I will say this. They was definitely trying to hit you guys where they felt you were vulnerable in, like your sacral. So what would that be? That's root, your root and your sacral. But it's the fact that the arrow was above her knee, piercing through a butterfly, and the one other arrow was through her womb. They're showing me a card right now of a masculine, because they was attacked. The masculine that once, a masculine that you was dealing with, this person took a lot of I'll catch a grenade for ya, you know I'd do anything for ya. Somebody like was really getting hit, because this masculine, that feminine that I just saw, she only had 2 arrows. This masculine I'm looking at right now, he has an arrow directly through his chest. He has an arrow, oh my god. Well, he has underwear on, so I probably can show. I just can't show what the card said at the bottom. I got to keep that on the low. But I'm going to show y'all the picture. Damn, no, because they're going to try to look up the picture, y'all. Oh, my God, they're going to try to... Can they do that? Can they look at the picture? Okay, I'm going to have to describe it. The masculine has an arrow piercing directly through his chest. He has an arrow piercing right here, right? So it's one here, one here directly through his stomach. So they got him twice, here and here, right? And he has an arrow in the same location of the feminine, right above his knee. And what tattoo is that? And that tattoo is right at the bottom of a rose. He got oh my God. He has the arrow going, oh my God. Okay, first of all, let's count all the goddamn arrows. These are a lot of arrows. They was really hitting this dude, attacking him heavily. This is even giving like Somebody is protecting y'all. Somebody took like some hits for y'all. Yo, it's, oh my God, I wish I could show them. I'm just gonna say boom. I probably can show this card. Can I show this card? I'm gonna show this card. So behind this masculine that has all these arrows, right? This is the woman, and I have to cover certain things because she's new. This is the woman behind him. You see how she looks all no, there's something more sinister going on. All right, I'm getting this two ways. All right, so let me finish identifying all the arrows. So there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 arrows pierced through this masculine. There's one in the middle of his chest. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, there's one through the middle of his chest, one right here in his abdomen, one like kind of more so in the middle of his stomach. There's one at his groin, and there's another one above his kneecap. And the way that they were hitting him, so yeah, they hit him directly through the chest, but they made sure they equally pierced him on both sides, going all the way down, right? Wow. Okay. This woman that's right behind the photo of this masculine. 5-5, yes, connected. 4-1, 41 on this card, 32 on this card, 5-5. It says, make way for the panpipes and violins, enchantment, serenading, and flirtation. This could either be the divine feminine that a masculine is protecting. This could also be let me see. No, this is a divine feminine. So yeah. Wow. Okay. All right. So you got this masculine that's pierced with all these arrows. You got this woman behind him that's covered in nature. Okay. Serenading, enchantment. I guess he's enchanted by this feminine. There's something about communicating through music. And then behind that photo is the feminine. And it's number 4. It says femininity, beauty, and naturalness. Femininity if you are a woman, but also natural beauty if you are a man. But let me tell you the tea about this card, y'all. Right above her is a tattoo that says the truth. And right over her is a butterfly. All in this photo is butterflies, trees, beautiful blue sky, roses, and a rainbow. I can't show you her, but can y'all see like the surrounding of the card, like the rainbow and all that? Cause and look at her face though. Oh, that's what's girl. Who is this? This could be a dude as well. But look at her facial expression. Enticing. Yo, somebody is feeling heavily enticed by you. All right, so this, oh, let me show you her face. Let me show you her facial expression. Okay, something about seduction, something about your eyes, heavy emphasis on your eyes. Okay, yeah. Oh my god. All right, y'all, we're gonna have to figure something out. We gotta figure something out, y'all, so I can give y'all a more private reading. So I don't know if y'all have any ideas, or if y'all feel like there's a unanimous decision that would be doable, helpful for everybody. I don't know. I'll pray and, you know, see what I'm guided to do. I'll even put out a few options maybe, and we figure it out. But we got to figure out how to get some private readings going. Okay, for sure. Like, I'm gonna have to end it here, y'all. It's stuff that I gotta protect. It's stuff that I gotta protect. So y'all let me know what y'all think we can do. Or I'm about to go out over here, enjoy the water, get some sun, and I will definitely see if I can generate some solutions that we all can agree upon. All right, see you guys next time. Take care.